What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. See, you guys are still piling into the room. We got Albert. Good morning to you. Bill, Carlos, Sydney, Corey. Good morning to Greg. Good morning to Jason J, Kevin, Lauren. We got Lucian in the house. Good morning to Matthew, Shane, Tim, Win. All my peeps out YouTube land. We got Scintilla Joe. Good morning to all the lurkers in that background. That's okay. Hit that like and subscribe button. Uh, yeah, Scintilla's already like crypto. Could we just get to crypto? We'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, SPY with a little bit of a gap down this morning, so nothing too crazy. Pretty blah day, I guess. I mean, interesting for sure. We did hit new all-time highs, so there's some bullish sentiment, but you do have pretty noticeable tweezer tops up here. Okay, we kind of closed within the range. We still close above. So this is what I do like. The fact that we did close above, I think that's Thursday. Yep. Thursday's VPOC. Slightly below the one we threw in yesterday, but okay. And then obviously noticeable, not quite tweezers because we did get to a new high yesterday, just barely, but we got there. And we're just right back into essentially the range that we were opening yesterday, which was kind of expected. Again, we have, and I don't think today is anything too crazy. Actually, I'll give you my thoughts on where I think today could go. But the safer bet, I think, is we probably are in this range. I think we get a little bit more downward pressure for a couple reasons. One, just on a technical basis, everyone's going to be looking at these levels right here. And we go, okay, we got some, as long as we don't break that. So if you do want to go short or buy puts or say, hey, this market is run up, or we could get a little pullback at least, you have your pretty solid stops in place. Right above those tweezers, you'd want to be out and just be like, all right, well, I guess we're not done yet. So your risk to reward to the downside, I mean, we have a little bit of support here, a little bit of support here. So those numbers roughly going to take me into like the 529 range, 529.17, and then we got 528.88. So we do have a little bit of support below us, which is good. The concern is if we drop past there, the next level down. Again, we still have this one. We got to get through 527.38. We have this one, 525.83. We have this one, 525.22. Not a lot of volume around those ranges. So really the next spot closes this gap down to 523. So it's a good $7 move to the downside as long as those tweezers don't break. The question is, what do we do today? I think nothing, but I think we do have that little bit of a bearish skew to it. Only because you still have what I think we're just kind of waiting around is for the Nvidia earnings tomorrow after the bell to really confirm, like, okay, we're gonna go higher, or okay, we've gone a little too far. We found out what could kill us, and we're gonna take it back a little. So until that comes out, I think we are in this chop. But then I say it's a little bit more to the bears. One, we do have that bearish gap and go today on the SPY. We're trapping some bulls. But two, if you are in Nvidia, if you are in AMD, if you're in SMCI, if you're in any of those chip plays, you're up massively. The market has run up. I think there's a lot of people sitting there going, you know what? Maybe we should take a little bit of profit off. I got a little bit of profit off the table just in case. Or maybe we start buying some puts, and then the amount of puts start putting some pressure onto the markets as well. So I do think we have that little bit of a at least worst case good risk reward to a bear side, because you have some pretty hard stops on the SPY. We are getting that little gap down today, so some bulls are being trapped after yesterday, but essentially right back into the almost opening range from yesterday. We got the Qs, a little bit of a bearish gap and go, still inside day on this one as well, and then you got really good support somewhere around 453.02. That's gonna be a tough one to take out. After that, we got 452.88, so somewhere in that range. And then from that point, we got 451.57. We'll see how today goes, but I would probably say, again, just another tight range on the market. Nothing too crazy today, I don't think. We might have some Fed speak. I'm not sure who's coming out today, but besides any of that, look for this 451.57 to hold. If that starts to break down, we probably have a deeper run back into like 446.35, somewhere in that range. So we'll see. TLT, see what the bond people are thinking on this. TLT's getting bid up a little bit, so looking a little bit different than the rest of the market. Also, I think we're actually opening. We'll see where this one actually opens, but we are actually opening above a little bit of resistance. So 91.42 should be the support if we pull back at all. If that starts to break, a little bit of a deeper pullback retest into 91.12, but TLT is gapping up. Which way do we want to go? Start with Ethereum. Crazy day on Ethereum. I believe there was a report, at least a tweet, saying that Ethereum should be getting some ETFs and relatively soon. So we did see what the Bitcoin news was on that. We were talking about this one for a while, a few days ago, I think, last week maybe. This is a relatively decent pullback spot on Ethereum, and then obviously the trend has been bullish. Just kind of waiting for some kind of catalyst, but you did have a few touches down to that 618 retracement from that last move. So this is a good spot to buy it. We were talking about this one, and now we closed essentially at or slightly over a big resistance. But that was a good move in Ethereum based off of at least the rumors, which I think we probably get some ETFs eventually for Ethereum. I don't see why we wouldn't. And next target we still got a little bit of room to the higher side. We got 39.95 to the next spot. So the Ethereum news did cause a lot of other crypto everything to move. BTC, USD. I think that came out like, I don't know, was it 2 p.m. yesterday Eastern, something like that. Bitcoin also got the nice little pop from that. Again, the news is not on Bitcoin, it is on Ethereum, but it will play deeply into the entire crypto space. So good move on Bitcoin. We talked about these levels back there too. So they're all hitting. We still have good resistance where we did reject today so far, 71,825. If we get above that, we're looking for about 73,135. Anything past that, and we should see I think a deeper push. Probably, I don't know if we hit 80K on this run up. We'll see, but I think we get 75, 76. And we'll see if we get some more continued momentum. But I would suspect that we do see new highs in Bitcoin as well. Everything else that has to do with crypto, getting a nice little pop. So Coinbase, good breakout yesterday. Definitely exceeded, I think we exceeded we definitely exceeded a lot of the ranges that I was looking for yesterday. We have a good little gap into almost the final resistance before a much bigger pop. So watch 233.11 and then also watch 234.35. This is also a retest gap from yesterday too, so maybe don't be the first one to jump in. If you get a high wave with the top of that candle, might be 234.76. Maybe you can take a break above it. Last month and a half has not been too kind to breakout trades. It's been more of the try to catch the pullbacks, which January, February, and I would say March even, they were loving the breakout trades. So the market is kind of changed on sentiment, and a lot of that has to do with liquidity, which we're going to see slower liquidity. We're only like 2 weeks into the beginning of, I guess, the summer trading months, which it is a little lighter on the volume. We got 248.40 would be a good stretch target if we could get through some of that today. We'll have to see if Ethereum, and I think it would be more based off of Ethereum than probably even Bitcoin at this point. And then we got 257.09 would be the next target. So definitely some decent room. Also, this was a good pullback spot on Coinbase. Nice breakout candle. And if we do get, I don't know if I want to play this one bullish out of the gate, like I said. See if this thing wants to pull back. Maybe look for support around 227.32. And then see if we can get some kind of a bounce from there. But definitely we'll put some coin higher on the list. See if we can get some more follow-through momentum on that one. Lucia says we got all the Fed today. So 9 a.m. means that they're talking now, but we got Waller, Barkin, Williams, and Bostic. 11:45. We got Barr. 7 p.m. After the market, we got Mester. They couldn't even fit Mester into the trading hours. Okay. Uh, uh, Eric, is that a stock? ERIC. Oh, Erickson. I definitely never traded this one. I thought Erica was like a first and last name at one point. When I looked at that quickly, I was like, huh, I don't know him. Sounds cool. A little bit of a gap up. European futures mixed. Uh, what do these guys do? Electronic technology. European futures mix. Yada yada yada. Horizon U.S. network equipment maker Cisco, following a better than expected Q4 revenue forecast, could support European peers. So they're like the European Cisco. Okay. Pretty good gap. Still got more room to run. I don't know what the short float would be on this one. Finviz volume, I would assume, is light on this one in general. Short flow is 1.15, so nothing crazy there. Pretty decent gap up. I mean, it's only 10 cents, but for a $5 stock, $6 stock, that's decent. If you do want to play this one, keep in mind you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green days in a row. You are at a little bit of resistance at open, and then the next target takes you up to about 596. So not too much room unless this thing is going to be one of those days where the stock just goes crazy and you see levels of like 614. Even that's going to be kind of tough to make a really good, I think, risk reward on this one. So I'd probably stay away from this one for me. If I did want to jump in, I'd want some kind of a pullback. Give me 10 cents lower, 577, and then I could make a case where it might be interesting. I have no idea what the fundamentals are, so if it's a company you like and you're trying to add it to the long term, that'd be different. Hood, yep. So Hood is breaking out. I think the monthly looks really attractive on this one. So if we're taking a look at the monthly, we almost have that's a 20 EMA. But you do have a good breakout, one resting candle, and we are above. So uh for trade purpose, if we get back down to like $20.08, I think there's some bulls down there. Otherwise, there's not a heck of a lot up until 35.60. No, it's not a gap and go on the monthly. I'm not sure where you see that. Gap and go on the monthly. Yeah, I don't see that. This one was not a gap and go. So we're gapping up today, but we're mid-month. This candle's still live. But yeah, and then the only other thing to really throw targets in on Hood would be a 618. And I was looking at this one yesterday, and I was like, is there another spot we could get resistance? Because I've got nothing on my chart except for kind of coming into the retest here, which is at 35 and change zone. And then it would be kind of throwing in these fibs from here to here. Somewhere like that. So the first resistance probably comes into 25, 35. We got plenty of room into that. That'd also take us into this candle, so that'd be a good spot for some kind of mini pullback, sideways chop. 36.79, that takes us into that retest of kind of this candle, and that's not even the 50% retracement yet. 50% takes us to 45.84 and 618. I mean, at that point, if you're getting to that 50, you're looking at 55.28. So it's got a lot of room on it. If you guys don't want to use the wick, I usually do, but that would change things a little bit. So let's say we go from kind of where this candle is, gets us a little bit different targets. Still taking us into that 2276 zone for the 38% retracement, and then you got still 2767 for the higher side. So I do like it. There's not really a whole lot holding us back on a daily chart. Mm. Daily chart, this is a retest gap, so maybe at open again. See if we can get that little pullback, little bit of a fade at open. Look for support somewhere around $20.60 if we get down there. We'll see, but yeah, the monthly chart looks interesting. Pan W. Lowe's is up on earnings. Yeah, I think Lowe's was a beat. Pan W. Pan W. I think it was a lower guidance because they're showing me that they, uh, as soon as the report came out, and this is what I don't know where TradingView gets the numbers, but when the numbers first came out, I was looking at the report and I was like, that's a miss. But they have in TradingView that it was a beat by 5 cents, and then they're showing it was a beat by 13 million. I thought it was a miss from reading the actual report, so I'm not sure where TradingView gets those numbers from. But I'll have to use what I have, and TradingView tells me it's a beat. So down on earnings, pretty decent gap, but we are down already about $22. You are at a little bit of support. I don't necessarily want to go long on this one, but after that gap, I probably don't want to go short on it either. So I'm gonna let Pan W do its thing. If you must play it, like you have to play it. Like there's only one stock trading in the entire world. Wait for the open. See if you get any kind of high wave candles here out of the gate, because this is a little bit of support. I think if we start to really break down, we get closes below 299.82. You got a little bit more room, 298.60. I think you are trapping a decent amount of bulls on this thing. Here's the thing about low liquidity markets, though. I don't know how many bulls are actually trapped. Like stocks could move pretty wide on light volume, so I don't know even how much we're trapping people on some of these things, but you do have one, two, three, four bullish days in a row. You definitely have somebody trapped, and they might want to back out. I just don't know how good the risk to reward is if I do short this at open, and I don't want to go against that trap either. So we'll put it on the list if it sets up and anything looks kind of fun on it. We'll maybe take a day trade on it. Other than that, I'd probably want to give it a couple days just to chop around a little bit. DG, Dollar General. Oh, I lost audio again? Oh no. Oh no. I don't know which part I'm muted on. But yeah, this one is a gap down. You do have that resistance right in front of you, 143.33, and then next target to the higher side, 146.13. You got that 200 right in front of you as well. So uh you're kind of going to get caught up in a little bit of that. It is a gap and go, so probably playing it to the bullish side would make the most sense. I threw it up a little bit higher on my list, but for me, it would be the resistance in a way. Clarice says Wix. Wix. Yeah, that one. I believe we were talking about like stretch targets from yesterday. We're like, yeah, this one, I think we were at 168, 167. We beat all of that. Next target up that I see, if we get continued, I would assume you need some kind of a rest day after that. You don't really have much volume in the way. The next real spot probably could get us to about 184.19. But really, really good move. I was looking for a little bit more of a pullback yesterday. We got a tiny little wick at open. That was it. And then it just took off. So I didn't play this one yesterday, but um, at least for now, I think it would be buy the dips. Today, I don't know if the market wants to run. We could watch wicks for continuation, but that's a big move too. I think people are going to want to start taking profits. So if this one pulls back a little bit, gives me a couple days of chop, I don't see why we can't set that for a swing trade. Yeah, Win says we missed it. We didn't really miss it. It just didn't do what I wanted, really. I wanted a little bit of a bigger retrace, and it just kind of gave me nothing and then just ran out of the gate. So not too much of a setup. Mm, Meta. Meta. AKA Facebook. Still relatively in a tight shop zone. This is a retest from yesterday. Yesterday was really just a high wave candle. We've had a few days of selling. The interesting thing on Meta is the location as far as the open goes. This is a retest. I would expect out of the gate a little bit of a pop. Stay within this range. Again, I don't maybe it wants to stay here till Nvidia's report. I don't know exactly what Meta's waiting for on this one. But I think you start to get a good sense of a short if you can get short a little bit higher, somewhere around 168.55, somewhere in that zone. Worst case, you probably get your stops for a swing trade for 83, something like that. But we close the gap. We're just kind of waiting, I guess, to see what the next move is. But we've been in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. So 2 trading weeks, not really having any movement while market is hitting all-time highs. Yeah. I I'm I'd probably want to continue to look short on this one for now. See if we get a retest. I think targets on this one in a longer term picture, we probably get back at least to 440.37 on Meta. But you have a decent little resistance on that. AMD dropping pre-market. Clarice says buy the dip. As of now, yes. In 5 minutes, we'll see. But yeah, I want to see probably about 164.20 hold. So we're not down there yet. Otherwise, this is a gap and go. We are on the wrong side of most moving averages. And if we do drop, and today's volume is less than yesterday's as well. So I'm looking for some kind of support. You got decent support right around here, 164.34. And then the other spot is probably about 164.13, at least on the smaller time frames. So the closer you can get if you want to short this one, because it is a gap and go to the bear side. You have 165.07. I don't know if the dip really happened yet for me to buy it. For me to get like really excited to buy it, I don't know if it happened because we still have all of those days in a row. Yesterday is a gap and go to the bear side, but it's a today a bearish gap and go. Yesterday's green candle was really just inside that inside day there. Could build some consolidation for the next move, but the dip to me would be about 157.37. I think that would be an interesting spot for dip. Zoom to the short side. Yeah, Zoom. So they reported, I think they beat as well. Yeah, so they beat by 13% earnings per share, 1.35 on the revenue side of things. Um, to the high, if this one wants to run up, I think it's a little more of a short. So I'd rather short it as close as possible to 63.03 for some kind of attempt. This is also technically a red candle yesterday, so this would be a retrace gap. You know what? I'd go higher. Short as close as possible is 63.42. Just because you do have your first level support 62.47, and then a much bigger one, you start to get in this range of 62.16. And it's not a stock that's at all-time highs. We have been fairly beat up on this one. So I don't know if I want to really go short on this thing. Yeah, it's like right back into the chop zones. So the earnings didn't really get any breakout on LOW. That one looks interesting. What I got? 20 minutes? 20 minutes. 2 minutes left. I just want to see on this daily where we got some fibs. Where does our fibs come in? So from that last move, we did have a good move off that 618. That's impressive. You got the 50, so look for that to be a little bit of resistance. But 235.01, and this is a gap and go though too. So I would like to play it bullish. We're gonna get a crazy break today on lows. I don't know. I would prefer if this thing was gapping up 236.68 or higher, but we might have enough to make something in a bullish direction on this one. So let's get this one higher as well. Tesla's kind of popping pre-market. Yeah, they came in with earnings today. It was a beat. I don't think the move was enough really for the calls or the puts to get paid. So whoever was the seller of those options were probably making money on this move as opposed to the buyers. And you have some resistance right here. If this one wants to come down to maybe like 231.08, I think that would be a good location for us to look. So we shall see. Let's see. Did I make anything else? The no volume made you sad. I'm sorry about that. Oxy OXY. Yeah, still looks good. Still looks good on a daily. So we got that next candle we got to take a break out of. Right now we are opening under some key resistance. So let's see if we still get a pullback into this 63.16 for today. For today, it's probably most likely Chopville. Still inside candle, but buy as low as possible. I still like this setup a lot on Oxy, so we'll see. But, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube land, that is the morning bell. So unfortunately, I got to disconnect. You guys are incredible. Be safe out there in the market. We got a lot of Fed activity today, way more than I thought in the beginning. I was like, maybe we got one guy talking. No, they're all coming out today. They're all here to haunt the markets. But you guys are awesome. I'll catch you guys later.